Hey guys, welcome back to our channel Get Play Soon. Also, welcome to the episode 32 of Leetcode SQL 50 Challenge. Under the topic subqueries, in the previous episode, we have completed the first problem. Now, moving ahead with the second problem, that is exchange seats. Now, in this problem, exchange seats, we have only one table, that is seat table. It has two columns. One is seat ID, like seat 1, seat 2, seat 3, like that, and student name, which student is going to sit in that particular seat. Okay, now we are supposed to write a solution to swap the seat ID of every two consecutive students. What is meant by consecutive students? One after the other, like the next person, next. So when they say every two consecutive students, for example, there are 1 to 6 people. 1 2 should be changed, 3 4 should be changed, 5 6 should be changed. So every 2 consecutive pairs should be changed, right? And it is all about two people, right? Whenever we talk about swap, two things should be there. But what if the number of students is odd? What we will do is we will leave the ID of the last student as it is. We will just not swap it. So the student before swapping, after swapping, if there are odd number of students, the last student will be sitting in the same position. Okay, now we are also supposed to return the result table in the ascending order of this ID column. Very simple. How? Order by ID. That's it. So order by is a keyword to do something in an ascending order. But if you want to do it in descending order, you have to add the keyword DESC at the end. Now, because it is ascending order, just order by keyword space ID. Okay. Okay, now let's look at an example. Here in the example, you have this table. You have IDs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As you can see, it is an odd number. So we have two pairs to be swapped, but the last person will remain like that only. So in the output also you can see James is sitting here in the fifth seat. Now speaking about swapping. So Abbott followed by Doris, but it becomes Doris followed by Abbott. Emerson followed by Green, but it will become Green followed by Emerson. Okay. Now in the output, it should be in the ascending order of ID. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So before starting the code, I would love to explain you about the swapping. Till now we understand what is swapping. But when it comes to code, when it comes to odd or even, you need to understand this plus and minus. So in simpler way to make you understand it, put it in this way. So for every even ID, it should become the previous odd ID. And for every odd ID, it should become the next even ID. Okay. So if this is even, then previous odd, so -1. If it is odd, then next even, therefore +1. Okay. So just understand that +1 minus. Now from first again we'll start the code. Okay. In the output, we are supposed to return two columns, ID column and student column. So where are we going to put them? In the select statement. Always in the select statement, you have to mention what columns you are supposed to show. So select ID comma student. Now what is all these things? This is the logic to get the values in this ID and student column. We will discuss it later. Now so select these two columns from the table seat, order by ID. So order by, if you just keep order by default it will consider ascending order only. Now coming to the most important part, that is the logic. So here we have if statement. An if statement starts here and ends here. We have three parameters, like, so in the if, the first one will be the condition. The second one from here to here will be, if this is true, we will do this. And if this is false, we will do this. Now this problem comes under subqueries concept, right? We are using a lot of subqueries like this. Now what are we doing here? Look at this subquery from select maximum of ID from seat. So from this subquery, we will understand the maximum ID value. So from that we can understand if it is an odd number or even number, everything we can understand. Now in the if statement, what are we doing? If the ID is less than maximum ID. If ID is less than maximum ID, we will do this step. If ID is not less than maximum ID, which means if ID is the maximum ID, then we will do this step. Now let's look at the first condition. If ID is less than maximum ID, then look at this line. What are we doing? We again have if statement here. So if ID modulus 2 is equals to 0. Whenever you do ID modulus 2 is equals to 0, it means an even number. So if the ID is an even number, what we do? We're supposed to swap. What is the swapping for even? Become the previous odd. So id minus 1. Okay. If id is not even, then we do id plus 1 to get the next even. So even, previous odd, then next even. Okay. This condition is only applied when id is less than maximum. Now, what if id is not less than maximum? If id is the maximum id, which means like James here, id is the maximum, fifth is the maximum. James, what we do for James? We'll again check. If that fifth 5 is a digit, is an odd, then what we do? We keep it as it is. The James will not change its position. If the maximum number is even, which means, for example, consider after 5 there is another row 6. Okay, then if it is even, we'll do similarly only id minus 1 swaps with the previous odd. As simple as that. So again, I'm telling you, in this if condition, first condition is if id is less than maximum id, we will do like this. We will swap here plus or minus. If it is the maximum id and if it is the odd id, we will keep it as it is. If it is even, we just write it similar to what we are actually doing. I hope you understood this video. I hope you understood the logic. But if you have any doubts, make sure you comment below. And also please stay tuned for the upcoming videos, because they're going to be little tricky than these two problems that we have solved till date. So make sure you attend all these problems. Make sure you try, practice everything. So that's it from my side. Thank you so much for watching till the end. Bye bye.